Alright, so here's everything you are going to need. You're going to need 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of chocolate chips, 1 cup of almonds, and you're going to want to roast these. These are, I already got mine roasted just because they were on sale at my local grocery store. But yeah, the recipe does call for unroasted, unblanched or something. I don't know. And then 1 cup of sugar and a tinfoil lined pan, and I'm not exactly sure what the dimensions of this are. I think it's like 9 by 13 or 8 by 10. Shit, I'm coming! Alright, anyway, so I'm gonna go and get her out of her high chair and then we'll get started. Alright, so you're gonna start off by just putting a medium-sized, I guess it's a pretty small saucepan on medium heat. So where is this? I put mine just a bit above medium. And you're going to want to go ahead and add the sugar, vanilla, butter, and the recipe calls for salt, but since I only have salted butter or semi-salted butter, I'm just not going to add extra salt. Alright, so while that is melting, I am going to go ahead and just chop about a handful of my almonds. The recipe calls for walnuts, but I really don't like walnuts, so I'm just going to use almonds for the topping as well. Also, you need to keep an eye on this because basically as soon as it starts, now it's still melting, everything's melting together, but as soon as it starts actually cooking or bubbling when you're doing caramel, you have to stir it constantly. So I've got to keep an eye on that. Let me just get a spoon. Take about a handful of my almonds, and this is going to be my garnish. I'm going to chop them up, and then just over here in my pan I'm going to put, this is probably a little over a cup, but I'm just going to shake out the almonds onto the tin foil. And yeah, you want to spread them out so there is a little bit of space between them so that the caramel will have room to kind of seep in, or the toffee, I should say. And I think that's good. And set those aside. A couple more just, you know, for luck. And yeah, so this, you guys can see, is already melting away. I'm going to crush these up. Alright, now you guys can see this is already starting to boil around the edges. I don't know if I can zoom in. Ooh. So as of about now, we're pretty quick here. You're going to have to start stirring almost constantly, because once it boils, if you don't keep stirring it, the toffee will burn. Alright, so the toffee is almost done. I'm just going to take an almond for you guys to compare the color to. So it is almost done. I think I'm going to cook it just a couple more seconds here, and it should be ready. Obviously, if you guys have a candy thermometer, that would probably be practical. You can make it more exact. But this is the way that the Pinterest, or the pinned blog suggested you do it, is just to match it to the color of your toasted almond and try and get it into that same shade. Obviously the caramel is going to be a little bit lighter. Also, I didn't toast my own almonds. When I do, they don't come out quite so dark. Oh, okay, so we kind of have to go fast here, but so what we're going to do is I'm going to just a minute, my love, I gotta go fast. Take this off, just turn off the burner, and go ahead and just pour it all over the almonds that you just, and it's normal at this point for it to kind of smoke. The caramel in the bottom of the pan, the thinner the layer it gets, it'll continue kind of to, oh my goodness. I'm just going to put that down for a second. So here you go, as you guys can see. Now what you want to do is just take your spoon or whatever and kind of just even it out. Please don't touch that, my love, just a moment. Ta-da! Ta-da! Sorry if the tripod is moving, I don't even know if I'm in the screen. Anyway, you want to just spread out the caramel or the toffee. You found a baby orange? Oh goodness. Okay, so now while this toffee is still hot, you're going to go ahead and take, you found it, wow, good job. You're going to go ahead and take 2 cups of chocolate chips and just sprinkle them all over here. And be careful because the pan at this point is really, really, really hot. All the chocolate chips are on it. What you're going to want to go ahead and do is just use either I'm just going to use the same spoon I used with it, still has the caramel on it. And you're going to go ahead and just spread the chocolate around. And this spoon is going to be my treat. So now you're going to want to go ahead while this is still hot and just take the almonds or walnuts or whatever other kind of topping you decide to use and sprinkle it across the top. There you go. So now that it's done, I'm going to come sit in just a second and peel your orange. Now that it's all done, you're going to just go ahead and leave it to cool for about at least a half an hour to 45 minutes before you put it in to the fridge, at which point you can leave it for another hour and it should be ready to eat. Alright, so it has been in the fridge for probably about 2 hours now because we went out to the library. Chocolate. So now what you're going to do is just pick up the tin foil with it in it. And the tin foil is just going to peel right off. Super, super easy. So I don't know if you guys can see, but nothing's staying stuck on the tin foil. It comes off really easy. Okay, and how I do it is I just break it off into about bite-sized pieces, so about that big, and then just put them on your serving plate or into a Tupperware or whatever you're going to store them in. And there you go. So your hands are probably going to be really dirty, but it looks super, super delicious. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and taste a quick little bite. Okay. This is so, so, so good. Obviously, this fails on any kind of diet ever. It's probably like the least healthy thing you could possibly eat. Although I did use organic almonds. I'm sure that counts for something. And some protein in there. But yeah, this is a definite win. So I would say this would probably make an awesome like Christmas dessert treat or something. Super, super yummy. I would definitely say store it in the fridge because the chocolate will melt. So yeah, anyway, let me know if you guys try it, and if you do, let me know if you guys enjoy it. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Chocolate! These ones are for Mommy, I'm sorry. No!